Hey guys, it's Vani, and for today's video I had the opportunity to collaborate with these amazing artists, so whenever you're done here, make sure to go ahead and check out their videos because they are great. They're probably better than this one, but you know, still stay around, don't leave me please. Alright, so the theme of the collaboration was summer. It could have either been what we thought about when we think of summer, what reminds us of summer, what we associate with summer, like a literal interpretation of summer, or whatever we wanted. And I decided to go with Umaru from Himoto Umaru-chan. Like, although the, I guess, anime is not set in summertime, she loves doing what I personally like doing during summer, and I'm sure a lot of people do enjoy the same thing, which is just being home, watching TV, playing video games, and eating junk food. So I was like, what better character to make than her? Alright, so I started off by removing the hair, as you already saw, and then I removed the factory paint. Now I am rerooting the hair, you know, giving her some brand new hair. And I forgot to line where the bangs are gonna be, so that's what I'm doing right now. Alright, once you're finished rerooting the hair, make sure to squeeze some fabric tack inside the neck hole, you know, just to secure every strand, prevent it from coming out. Once that's done, it's time for the repaint, and as always, I began by spraying the doll with some MSC before starting. And now I'm going in with the light brown color pencil to map out the eyes, and a gray to map out the eyelashes. For the repaint, I wanted to stay as true to the actual character's eyes, you know, because I got some I guess criticism for my Starfire, because I decided to, you know, give her whatever eyes I felt like and not give her the actual eyes that she has, like the eye shape. I made her eyes look smaller, so I was getting a lot of comments about that, so and now I'm going in with a darker brown to outline the iris and also mark out the pupils. This is a very simple repaint. There's nothing much to it. It's just the eyes and a little blush on the cheeks. So I'm not really gonna be talking much during the repaint. I'll just talk and explain things during the actual clothing. So for the shorts, I am using the masking tape method, where I cover the doll in masking tape and then I draw on the pattern, the template, and I cut it out and I use that to make the clothing. So for this one, I am using them to make the shorts, you know, because they're a little tight fitted. So right now I am making the pattern a little bit longer just so that I have enough room for mistakes, you know. I don't know how short I want them to be, so I'll just cut them afterwards. Alright, so you're gonna trace the two patterns twice. Once in the front, and then you flip it over, and then you trace that to make the front and the back of a leg. And then you're gonna sew the two pieces on the outside and on the inner side. Just don't sew the top part. I explained it right there. So right here I'm just hemming the bottom of the shorts, you know, make them look clean. Once I like how they look, I just clean up the top and I hem it, or I glue it down. Moving on to the shirt, I just trace the body on a piece of paper, and then I just make a shirt outline, and that's what I use to make my pattern. I do it twice, and then I cut the second one in half, and that's gonna be the back of the shirt. Now I'm tracing it onto the piece of fabric that I'm gonna use. And right now I am adding some seam allowance. When I cut out the pieces, I leave some space in the armholes, or where the arm section is, as well as where the neck is, because that's how I hem the neck, and then that's how I am able to sew the sleeves on. In order to make the sleeves, I find something that fits in the armhole, like snug, and then I measure that, and then I use that, and then I measure the length of the arm of the doll, as well as I guess the circumference of the wrist, and I use those three measurements to make a little sleeve pattern. Alright, so right now I am using glue to hem the neckline. As well as the sides of the back of the shirt. The sides of the back of the shirt. Does that make sense? Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm using ribbon to measure, I guess, to get my measurements for the hoodie. Alright, so I made this quick little diagram to hopefully help you understand what I'm talking about better. It's color coordinated and it hopefully explains everything good. Alright, so right now this is the hoodie that I used the green and the blue measurements to make the hoodie. And now I'm measuring the part which would be the red part of on the diagram, just so that I know how long it is, because that has to match the other part in the cape in order to sew them together. Alright, so now I'm just tracing the pattern onto a piece of fabric that I'm going to use. I did that with the cape and the hood. You're going to need two, but you don't necessarily have to trace it out twice. You can just trace it out once, cut it out, and then put it on top of another piece of fabric, and then just sew it. And right now I'm making the ears, same thing. And because I turned it inside out, I had to, trace out the little pattern again so that I know where to sew. And then I just sewed it together, and that's it. Now I am adding some details with some fabric paint. I also sewed on some little puff balls to make the little mouth and the nose of the little hamster. And now I'm just sewing on some snaps to be able to close it. I also sewed them on the pants. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you liked the video. I know it's been a while, but hopefully I'll be back with another video soon. And make sure to check out the other videos in the collaboration because they are awesome. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye!